So this is where we stopped in the last video, and in this video you can see when I click on this again, at least it's trying to verify the domain. So basically what it's trying to verify is, are the name servers on this domain pointing to Bluehost? And they are. So I've just changed them, but this may take a while because of propagation. So let's just wait and see what it's going to do, if it's going to realize that this domain is actually pointing to Bluehost. Before that happens, let me just come here and go to pingability and just see which name servers are being shown. So if I go to pingability, I can use this tool to tell me which name servers are being shown for this domain. So let me see the results that we have here. And you can see that they're still pointing to these name servers. So I will have to give it a few more minutes or hours so that it can update and realize that the domain servers, the name servers, were changed. So it's still pointing to these ones. Let me just use a different tool to see. Usually I have dns.pingdom. So I was using pingability. Let me use pingdom just to see if this has recognized the name servers. It takes a while for it to actually propagate. You may find that someone in France is able to view your website while someone in Asia or Africa is still not able to view the website because the domain has not been propagated. That usually happens. That's why in most web hosts you'll see they tell you that the propagation may take 24 to 48 hours for it to actually register all over the world. So it takes some time. So you can see this one is also still showing me that the name servers are the Valtra name servers, but let's just give it some time and it's going to update itself. Have a little patience. It's going to finish. I think for me it's been like 15 minutes only, and that's a very short amount of time for it to have propagated. So if I check it again, it's been like 5 minutes, and if I check it again, you see the name servers have been updated to the Bluehost ones, and I can see the errors. That's probably because they're still propagating, and I don't really have to worry much about that for now. So let me see if this has been able to succeed. So still it's not been added, but let's just come here into the domains list so that we can see if it's there. If it is here, then we can continue on from there. But usually it's not this complicated. It doesn't really take long. The only thing you have to wait for is make sure you do this like 2 hours before you try this, okay? Otherwise you're going to experience issues like I am now. And if you want to avoid this, just make sure that you add the name servers earlier before you try this process, okay? Before you assign it to your Bluehost account. So like now you can see if I come here, it's already here, but it's not been assigned. So let me click here. You can see that it is an add-on domain. It is already there. So the assignment is still taking place. The assignment of this domain is still taking place. It hasn't finished yet. That is because these are still propagating. So what I can do, if I come here to domains list, what I will do is I will unassign this domain. So once I select it, you just select it, and on this side you're going to see we have this option of unassign. And even if you unassign it, you're not going to lose the files. It's just going to lose the domain name. So you can unassign it, and I'm going to unassign it and then assign it back so that it can work seamlessly, so that I can show you exactly how it would have gone if the name servers were already pointing at Bluehost, and Bluehost was already aware of that. So that's what I'm going to do. Once I unassign it, I'm going to assign it once again. So I'll just click on Unassign to unassign the domain from my Bluehost account. And then I'm going to go through the process of assigning it back. And then once I unassign it, I can now remove it from my list. And then I will finally add it back. I can remove it. And so if I come to my list of domains, you're going to see that it is not here. So that means I can assign it once again. So I will assign a domain to my cPanel account. And this time round, I hope that everything is going to go smoothly, because by now the domain at least has propagated. So if I paste the domain right there, so you choose the option domain that is not already associated with your account, and then just click there so that it can start this verification process. And you can see just after that, the domain ownership has been verified. And the reason it has been verified is because it is pointing to the Bluehost name servers. So this is how it would have gone in the first time if the DNS servers had propagated. So you can see how easy it is once the servers are propagated. So make sure you add the servers first before you try this process. And here, add it as an add-on domain. And if you add it as an add-on domain, you'll be able to create other websites on it. You'll be able to use it as another website on the same Bluehost account. And if I scroll down here, you can use an existing directory, or you can create a new directory. Of course, I want to create a new directory because it will help me know which directory I'm working with. So you can call it anything that you want. It doesn't have to have the domain extension there, but I'm just adding it. And you can see the subdomain that it's going to use is this. So this is a subdomain which will normally redirect to the actual domain that you're adding. So once you add all these details, you can easily assign the domain. So that's it for this video. And in this video, what you've learned, without my intention, you've learned how to remove, or rather unassign a domain from your Bluehost account and then assign it back. So you saw you can remove it from your account, but first of all, you have to unassign it in order for you to remove it from your account, and then you can go ahead and reassign it, or you can just assign a new domain. So the most important thing for you to take away from this video is this: to avoid any issues like I had in the video, make sure that the name servers are added to wherever your domain is being hosted early. Okay, so do it like an hour early, or if you're going to bed and you know you're going to add a domain the next day, just add it at night, and then when you wake up in the morning, you can continue on with this process. And that's going to save you a few hassles of domain verification with Bluehost. Okay, so now that you know how you can add your domain, in the next process, we're going to see how we can install WordPress on this domain that we've added. And just to verify that the domain has been added into Bluehost, I can go into that domain, and at least right now it's loading. You can see it is loading. There's nothing on the page, but it is loading and it is showing me something here. So that means that it's been added into your Bluehost account. And I don't need this, so I'll just close that. And then in the next video, we're going to see how we can install WordPress. So if I go back into hosting, I will see you in the next video where we're going to start installing WordPress in this domain. So I'll see you in the next video.